Hello everyone. Today I thought I would do something a little bit different. For some time now I've been building what looks like a small army of Mego figures. These are very simplistic children's figures that started life in the 1970s with various brands such as Star Trek and Planet of the Apes. And in recent years they've made a resurgence and they've attracted a lot more licenses and they've started to do something a little bit more interesting with some of these figures. Yes, they still are very simplistic. They only have 14 points of articulation and they're still held together with rubber bands. However, the sculpting and the detail in the clothing has really improved dramatically. And although the base body mould for every single figure is identical, each release feels unique and authentic, albeit through a very toyetic lens. So today I thought I'd pick out a couple of favourites to have a look at. First up we have the Hammer Dracula. So this is the Dracula obviously famously portrayed by Christopher Lee in the Hammer films. I think they made about 7 of these. And of course this version is very, very iconic. And there haven't really been that many figures made of Christopher Lee's Dracula. So this is a very exciting release. And I think the card art on this figure particularly is really, really lovely. I love that the recent approach they've taken where they've actually reproduced, like say, the film poster on the back of the box there, and I think that's from Taste the Blood of Dracula, which I think is a nice touch and looks great on display. And you can see straight away as soon as you take the figure out of the box that there's extra attention to detail here that makes this figure really pop. The face sculpt is actually a pretty good likeness to Christopher Lee, and I love the paint apps that they've applied here, the grey in the hair, the bloodshot eyes, and the scowl expression, which again seems to be ripped directly from the film, looks really menacing, and there's just nice little detailing in the teeth, and I like the gold buttons and the tie around the cloak. It just looks really, really good, and there's something just very pleasing about its whole look really, so I love this figure. I think it's great. The second figure I'm showing is another Dracula, or Dracula by another name, the 1922 Nosferatu. Again, I think this is just such a cool thing for Mego to do. And once again, the box art is really nicely done, taking some screenshots there from the film and just presenting them in a nice artistic way. I think just looks great. And I think this is just a really interesting choice for Mego or Mego to produce. I've always had a great love for this film. I discovered it when I was a teenager, and there was just something incredibly spooky and mysterious about it, and given how old it was, it just had a quality that was really unnerving. And of course it's a prime example of German expressionism at its finest, and to this day I still think it's a masterpiece of cinema really. And again, it's not a film that's had a lot of toy representation across the years. And I think once again they've done a great job of the mould and the costume on this figure. I think he looks really, really good. I think he's got the creepiness and that sickly pallor down. And I just think, again, some of the detail in the eyes and the teeth and some of the paint apps around the eyes just look really, really good. And I think he's quite striking. And again, I just love the slight detail in there on the cravat and the coat with the sewed in buttons going up the side and the fingernails. I think he looks really impressive. Although I think the likeness is less strong than the Christopher Lee, I do think that this is a really, really nice looking figure. And part of the charm of this collection really is being able to have these characters in the same scale and the same format, and they look so good together. And of course, part of the whole ethos when Mego was starting out was the idea of taking all these characters from different licenses and having them meet each other. The play value for children of having characters from different universes come together and meet was always fun. And I feel like that's still there for adult collectors now, because there's just something immensely pleasing about having Christopher Lee's Dracula meet Nosferatu. And I think they just look great on the shelf. I've got a whole range of the Universal monster figures that they've been releasing as well, and they look great. And it's brilliant because they do all use the same mould. They mix into one collection. They look really, really good together. So are they limited in terms of articulation? Are they very simplistic in their design? Yes, absolutely. There's no getting around it. But then this is really just trying to recreate something from childhood, really. It's trying to bring back that magic that children had in the 70s when they first played with these figures. And I feel like they've replicated that. And what they're doing is they're pushing the boat a little bit further now to tap into that as an adult, into adult franchises that perhaps wouldn't have been available or marketable back in the 70s. And I think, these are both prime examples of collector-friendly figures. And these figures are really affordable as well, so I would say if you're in two minds about picking up a collection or starting a collection of these figures, then I would heartily recommend that you go for it, because I think there's just something immensely fun about them. I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, please do give it a like, and remember to subscribe, as I will be posting more videos soon.